Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have America's Funniest Home Videos. This is the classic series. It's gone for, I don't even know how many seasons at this point. It's 30 something? I don't know. Unfortunately, Disney Plus has done a little bit of shuffling over the last few years. I don't think they've ever had the entire series on Disney Plus. Currently, they only have seasons 20 through 22, 20, 21, 22, and it's the Tom Bergeron era. There's no Bob Saget. There's no Alfonso Ribeiro. It is, yeah, it's a, and I was looking it up and trying to figure out, if did they have other seasons at some point? Yeah, they had like seasons 18 or 19, and they took them off earlier this year. So, yeah, that's not all on there at one time. However, I think Hulu does have more seasons, probably some of the old classic stuff from the 90s. So yeah, at this point, it's been on TV 20 years or 20 seasons, and this is 2009, October 2009, when the first episode of the 20th season premiered, and they're each about 41 minutes long, 42 minutes long each. I watched one of the episodes. And even all the seasons don't have all the episodes. I looked at season 20 here, and it's missing episode 8, and I don't know, maybe 22. I don't know how many. Usually there's 22 episodes in a season for something like this, but yeah, it's missing some. So some of these things, obviously, for a show that is pretty simply created, it has a pretty simple mandate. It's basically nut shots, children and dogs and cats in apparent danger, but they're all right, basically. And dad gets most of the abuse with a baseball bat to the nuts or something like that, or the head, or of course the baseball comes right to the camera and knocks them over. All these things, it's all the classic stuff. You can honestly, they can ask for a certain specific type of prank or type of thing that somebody might have captured. Like in the episode I watched, they told people to sort of deflect the water as it comes out of the spigot in their home. So you just turn on the water and it just shoots into their face. They did it, and so everybody sent in their prank videos, and they showed a couple dozen of them. And then they said, send us more. So yeah, it's not too complicated, but it's pure, simple, basic laughter, with some funny sayings over top of it. Bob Saget, the late great Bob Saget, made a career out of that, other than his time on Full House. And he's a stand-up comic as well, who worked a lot bluer than his character on Full House or his hosting gig on this show. So yeah, it's very interesting. And by the way, you notice that it's Tom Bergeron who's hosting this. He went on to do Dancing with the Stars, which he would rather forget at this point because he was fired from that for certain decisions he made by not really wanting political type people showing up on the show. So, yeah. So he's not on this. He's not on Dancing with the Stars. Where's he going to show up next? I don't know. It's he's been with Disney, ABC kind of stuff for a long, long time. So it's got to be interesting to not be in that space. But yeah, if you don't understand what this is all about, yes, there's a animal-centric spin-off of this that I think Alfonso Ribeiro hosts also. Or maybe that's the only one he hosts. I don't know. Yeah, that's one for you. Just dogs doing silly things, cats freaking out, horses kicking people to death. I don't know, stuff like that. But yeah, in this, yeah, I mean, even I watched this when I was a kid growing up. I hadn't watched this in decades, but kind of what's going to happen, and it's still exciting. It's still funny. It's a fart joke. It's a show. Yes, it's not always farts, but I mean, farts happen in these things, or they add them in post. Sometimes they add fart noises to whatever's going on, but it's usually just, hey, look, I just destroyed my home by chopping down a tree the wrong way, or I skateboarded the wrong way and just went nuts down on a post. So yeah, it's there's not a ton of variety in the subject matter, but it's still fun even after all these years. It's amazing that it still has life. Again, it looked like it had a season up and even up to 2023. And in this, there's also little competitions where they show people videos and make them guess what they'll see next. And the end of the show, they take 3 of the clips that they showed throughout the episode, and they have the people who made them in the audience, and then they have the audience vote on each of these things to see who gets the prizes. $2,000, I guess $5,000, maybe $10,000. And then the grand prize winner goes on to their end of season championship, which means that they could win $100,000, assuming that episode is shown on the thing here. So yeah, it's a reality show competition, which those kind of things I hate. But honestly, before the internet was ever a thing, where people just shared shorts and clips on Instagram or videos on YouTube or whatever else, they were doing it with their big heavy camcorders, not their phones, and capturing. You can see some of the older stuff all has like the scan lines on it. You know, it's been pulled from a VHS. It's some pretty old stuff, but nothing ever changes. It's getting hit in the head and falling down never stops being funny. Yeah, they do lean into the fat jokes a little too hard. There's a little bit of fat shaming that is, yeah. And for some reason, there was a joke about states' rights early in the episode. Like, it was a really political thing. What's going on with that? It's just, yeah, this is 2009. Tommy had no idea what was coming next. So, yeah, it's just very strange to hear a joke like that. Yeah. So yeah. If you've not seen this show in a while, yeah, here you go. You can see something from at least 12, 13, 14 years ago. You can see how it was. Yeah. But I imagine Hulu, like I said, Hulu or ABC itself, if you got your DVR and you're still recording that stuff off the satellite dish or the cable that you still have, and you're not streaming it, well, here you go. It still exists, which is astounding. Didn't think that would be the case. I figured this would have died out with the internet taking over that kind of mantle. And honestly, there have been shows I've watched that are like on basic, like generic free TV, over-the-air TV, or stuff that you see, like they sell these packages to bars where it's just weird sports bloopers. These kind of things still exist. They just take internet videos and compile them. And yeah. But it all started with this. Technically, it might have also started with Alan Funt and that was more of a prank show. But still, let's pick tomorrow's episode.
4.
Wow, jeez. Really simple. Oh, wow. This is fairly new, because I think it happened, I think this aired about 1 or 2 years ago. But it's very Disney, so that's a nice sort of end of the year kind of wrap up here. We're not at the end of the year yet, hold on. But we're going to be watching a documentary about 50 years of Walt Disney World on 2020. It's a special. All right, watch a 2020 special on 50 years of Walt Disney World next in the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow.